morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good, thankful Thursday morning to each and every one of you this morning. It's another good day to have a good day. Happy am I to be in your presence. Thank you for starting your Thursday off with us here at the GBN family. We always appreciate your listenership and your viewership, whichever platform you're using today to tune in. Thank you so very much. I trust you had a restful and peaceful Wednesday, an enjoyable Wednesday, one that brought you joy, one that brought you pleasure, one that made you happy, and it wasn't filled with too much stress, nothing to make you anxious or angry or sad. But I hope it was a good Wednesday for each, a wonderful Wednesday for each and every one of you. It's Thursday, another day to do it better, to improve on what you started yesterday, to continue the journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. August 19th, 2021. Those of you joining us on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, good morning to you. Those of you on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20. Good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, and all the folks joining us on Party Grenada and Go to Fet Facebook pages. Bless up your whole pretty and handsome selves. Let's go right to this morning's word of the day. Hold on, my computer ain't working with me. All right, there we go. This morning's word of the day is minatory. Minatory. It's spelled M-I-N-A-T-O-R-Y. Minatory. It's an adjective which means menacing or threatening. Despite the similar sound, minatory isn't related to the name of the Minotaur, a human-bull hybrid in Greek mythology. Though the Minotaur was certainly a minatory creature, Minotaur is a compound of Minos, which is a king of Crete, and the ancient Greek word for bull, while minatory ultimately derives from a Latin verb which means to threaten, and that was used in terms related to driving cattle with threats. This same Latin verb is the ultimate source of menace, a threat, and promenade, a stroll or walk, both derived ultimately from the cattle driving sense. Word of the day this morning, minatory, M-I-N-A-T-O-R-Y, an adjective which means menacing or threatening. An example of the use of the word: she is in the shop with a mysterious envelope appears, addressed to her and bearing a terse, minatory message. She knows that you live. Another example of the use of the word: tapping on the walls in an indecipherable but all too obviously minatory code, I found it impossible to imagine how they'd be green again. Word of the day this morning, minatory. It's spelled M-I-N-A-T-O-R-Y. It's an adjective which means menacing or threatening. That's the word of the day this morning. So when somebody trying to intimidate, or they come into you and they trying to intimidate you, they come in a menacing manner, like they're trying to threaten you, minatory. That's the word of the day. And as you go about your Thankful Thursday this morning, I want you to do a little activity for me. It should be easy. The thought for today would bring us to the activity. So the thought for today: name one person you would like to thank right now for being there for you. Name one person you would like to thank right now for being there for you. It's Thankful Thursday. So the activity I want you to do is name the person and reach out to that person. Whether that person is in your home, let them know how grateful and thankful you are. Whether it's somebody that you have to make a phone call to, be it voice or video call, make the call today. It's Thankful Thursday. There are people who have been there for us numerous occasions, or even if it's just one time and that one time left an impression on you. One person that you'd like to thank right now for being there for you, tell them thank you. Reach out to them, or look across, if it's wifey or husband or the kids or significant others, whatever, mommy, daddy, grandma. look over and just tell them thank you for being there for you. So that's a little activity that I want each and every one of us to do today. Name one person you would like to thank right now for being there for you, and just reach out to that person and tell them thank you. Don't just think about them. Reach out and tell them thank you. Let them know you appreciate it. It's Thankful Thursday. It's a good opportunity to do so. That's what I want each and every one. And I always had to come with a little activity, Thankful Thursday, one of my favorite days of the week to give thanks. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, let's see what's celebrated today. Today it is World Humanitarian Day. World Humanitarian Day. This day honors humanitarian aid workers all over the world. Established by the United Nations in 2009, the day commemorates the anniversary of the bombing of the UN headquarters in Iraq. 22 people lost their lives, including the UN's High Commissioner for Human Rights. Humanitarian aid workers provide life-saving assistance to suffering people all over the world, and this is a great opportunity to reflect and remember the work that they do. World Humanitarian Day. We have some humanitarian workers here in Grenada, those that we are aware of, those that we are not aware of. They sacrifice their time and they really dedicate their lives to providing humanitarian aid, no matter how small a scale it is or how large it is, whether it's a local organization or you're a part of a regional or international organization. Thank you to each and every one of you. It may not be a popular celebration or a popular activity or job or work, but it is definitely appreciated. So good morning and thank you to all our humanitarians near and far. Bless up your whole selves on this World Humanitarian Day. Whatever you do to celebrate it, I know you will continue the great work that you've been doing over the past weeks, months, years, decades. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you to each and every humanitarian aid worker across the world. World Humanitarian Day. All right, it's time for me to hail up my sports people. The Grenada is fielding two teams at the CFU Under 14 tournament being played in Dominican Republic. Usually the boys are held 1 year, the girls the next year, and so on and so forth. But of course, because of COVID-19, both tournaments will be held simultaneously, and Grenada is fielding teams in both the girls and the boys division. So the girls, the competition kicks off this week, and the girls will be playing against countries like Jamaica, Haiti, Puerto Rico, and hosts Dominican Republic. And the first game will be played on Sunday, God willing. So I really wanted to wish the Spice Girls, I believe they've already left the island, wish the Spice Girls a great journey, a good competition representing Grenada under 14. So all you know is little teenagers we're dealing with here. And they are flying the Grenadian flag internationally, regionally, CFU, Caribbean, regionally, but internationally, because the games will be broadcast. So just want to send them positive vibrations as they prepare for some tough games. Their opening encounter will be against Jamaica on Sunday, God willing. Then they play Haiti on Monday, Puerto Rico next week Thursday, and next week Friday hosts Dominican Republic. So good luck to the young Spice Girls as they compete in the CFU Under 14 tournament. The young Spice Boys will also be in competition, and they also play their first game on Sunday, God willing, against host Dominican Republic, and then they play Haiti on Monday, and next Tuesday they face off against Curacao. So positive vibrations, 473 power, nutmeg power to the young Spice Boys on the 14s as well. So another group of young people representing their country and holding the entire island, 110,000 of us on their shoulders. So we wish them all the best. Do your best, and we appreciate your sacrifice. When you could be home enjoying a break from school, you are in training and you're flying out in COVIDious times and representing the Isle of Spice in a regional competition. So we always have to big up and hail up our young athletes. All right, now let's get ready for the morning edition of news for those of you on radio and those of you on our visual platforms. Highlights of last evening's newscast. Good morning, Grenada. On a thankful Thursday, we'll be back.
promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Granville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Vendors at the National Stadium are worried. They claim that they have been informed that they may soon have to pay a fee to occupy the space at the stadium. The vendors also claim that being vaccinated may also be one of the terms upon which they will be allowed to use the facility. Chrislina John has been listening to their concerns and discussed their plight with Implementation Minister Norland Cox.
One vendor who requested her identity be concealed, speaking to GBN, says they need clarity on this since no government representatives spoke with them on any changes in this regard. GBN consulted Minister for Works and Infrastructure Norland Cox. He indicated that the stadium is not under the responsibility of the ministry, but rather that of the National Stadium Authority. Priority, he says, will be given to vendors who were displaced to obtain a booth at the new facility.
That is news to me. I cannot speak to that. I don't know anything about that. Just to say that the vendors at the market, the market vendors at the stadium, I mean, we always want to commend them for them complying and moving and working along with us to ensure that their livelihood continue. So I just want to commend them for the continued support in that regard. However, the stadium is under the responsibility of the Stadium Authority. So we sought permission from Stadium Authority to place the vendors there until we can get them back into the market.
Privatization of the market is news to him, he says.
No, I have no knowledge of such. Well, that is news to me. We haven't had any expressions from anybody regarding such, written or otherwise. Requiring to lease the vendors market. I mean, the market has significant historical value and what it means to Grenada, so I do not foresee something like that happening.
As it pertains to mandatory vaccination before occupying a space at the St. George's Market Square, he gave this response.
To reiterate again, it has been the government has been consistent As regards to vaccination, we are not, there is no mandatory vaccination policy. We have been engaging in moral persuasion that the government, the ministry, we are not making vaccination mandatory at all in that regard. So that is, I do not have any knowledge of such, and that is not our policy as regards to that issue.
Those were relocated to the National Stadium car park to facilitate work at the St. George's Market Square. Over 60 individuals will inhabit the first sets of booths, with further construction on washroom facilities and additional booths to be undertaken. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Brandishing a firearm and spitting obscenities in the heat of an altercation in the presence of a police officer. Jerry Edwin says he will do it all again if he has to, but his actions are not sitting well with the legal fraternity as the Grenada Bar Association awaits the outcome of any investigations against their colleague. Cherry and Blackman Stephen reports.
The Grenada Bar Association says it awaits the outcome of investigations against its member, Jerry Edwin, before taking appropriate action if deemed necessary, following an altercation that occurred last Thursday. The video, which has gone viral since surfacing on Facebook, has attracted the creation of several memes.
What are you doing in here? It's my father's house. He doesn't want you in here.
And much public interest, as it shows the outspoken lawyer drawing his firearm at an individual in a dwelling house in the south of the island. Justifying his actions during a press conference on Tuesday, the outspoken lawyer defended his actions, which he said was in the interest of his 82-year-old client, Jacob Marshall.
Break into someone's home. You cannot. And I, for one, I'm not looking to see who is standing with me. I'm not looking for consensus. If I see vulnerable people in danger, my sixth sense, this is not the lawyer. This is not Jerry Edwin, the lawyer. I did not go there as a lawyer. I went there as a citizen. And I will, anytime, every time, use whatever means I can to protect vulnerable people.
However, in the GBA issued statement, the legal fraternity said that while the circumstances giving rise to the content of the video are not yet known to the association, this video has caused grave concern to the members of the legal profession and the GBA as a professional organization. The association states emphatically that neither violence nor the threat of violence is condoned by the association, and it remains committed to the high standards of integrity, professionalism, and the rule of law. Nigel Stewart, the lawyer for the other party to Edwin's altercation, Derek Marshall, who is the son of Edwin's client, Jacob Marshall, said Edwin's behavior was irresponsible.
Why would you be so quick to take the action you took to ensure that Mr. Derek Marshall is denied access to his father to the point where you would pull out your firearm? Now, that to me is was very responsible as an attorney, and you ought to know that when you're confronted in these sort of situations, and these things we always tell clients, especially if you practice criminal law, as I do sometimes, you walk away from the situation. But as we saw in the video, he was the heartbeat of the confrontation.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
If the president of the Senate has his way, the Grenada Broadcasting Network will not have a license to broadcast to the people of Grenada and beyond. Senate President Chester Humphrey says if he was the chairman of the authority, which grants licenses, he would pull the GBN license. Senator Humphrey predicated his position based on GBN's coverage of the Juve sessions around Grenada last Monday. He called into GBN's Beyond the Headlines program to complain about the coverage, expressing dismay that the salty lyrics used by the Jab Jab were carried on the GBN Facebook page. Mr. Humphrey thinks that qualifies the GBN for a cancellation of its license.
immediately called you and asked you if you were aware of this, and you said no, and I gave you the details of where you can go to get it. And soon thereafter, in fact, I don't think 5 minutes passed, the guy who was then streaming the thing live then began to say, GBN streaming live and direct, it is not responsible for what is being streamed, it is streaming what the people are saying. And I just shook my head in total amazement that a radio station, that a broadcast station, in fact, if I was the chairman of the Broadcast Authority, I would pull your license. If I was the chairman, and then let you come and appeal.
GBN's managing director, who is the host of the Beyond the Headlines program, acknowledged that she was contacted by Mr. Humphrey regarding the language being used by the Jab Jab while it was being live streamed on the GBN Facebook page. Mrs. Odette Campbell made it clear that none of this was broadcast on GBN television nor its radio stations, and that immediately upon receiving the complaint, she moved swiftly to have the matter addressed.
Senator Humphrey, it is imperative that when we're giving information that we are clear with how we relate that information. To say that the national station in Grenada carried such what would he want to call it, insults and some of the things that you accuse us of is not true. The national station, Grenada Broadcasting Network, which runs Classic Radio, K105, GBN Television, and Hot 98, never did. What happened was, my father would say, what happened was that the social media page of the GBN, we had a freelancer who was streaming on the page. When the matter was brought to my attention, as you quite alluded to, you called, I sought to have the matter rectified and to ensure that we ascribe, whether it's also on social media or not, to the highest broadcast standards that the GBN has set and continues to ascribe to. So I just wanted to make sure that we set the record straight. And Senator, let me thank you so much that from time to time you bring things to our attention, and we seek to ensure that we stick within the confines of the law and public decency. I hope that I have set the record straight.
Meanwhile, the public has responded to Health Minister Nicholas Steele ascribing blame to the media over what transpired in recent weeks. During a media conference on Tuesday, Minister Steele was asked about government's level of concern related to new cases of COVID-19 in Grenada and the host of recent illegal carnival activities. His response was a stinging rebuke on the local media.
Fingers have been pointed. During yesterday's post-cabinet press briefing, it was announced that 3 more COVID-19 cases have been identified, bringing the island's total to 19. When asked if there was concern that positive individuals attended carnival-like activities, Minister for Health Nicholas Steele chastised the media for promoting events.
Some radio stations have actively promoted those events, and then we get a GBN reporter asking me about whether we're concerned. I think the GBN reporter needs to ask their GBN management whether they promoted those events or not, and what they're going to do. How are they going to help the Ministry of Health and Contact Tracing now? Because they help the promoters to promote the events. What are they going to do to help the Ministry of Health to figure out who was there?
Since then, Grenadians have taken to social media to share their opinions on the minister's statement. Ricardo commented, "The carnival-like activities were inevitable. That's a fact. Majority will always prevail. The masses requested that no entry policies be implemented for the said period. If this was done by Parliament, the COVID-19 would not have reached our shores. This is blatant responsibility on our trusted authorities. Now they're trying to throw blame and responsibility on the said masses who said we are okay with no entry for the period. But our government loves money, so they keep the COVID-19 money coming in." Wendy wrote, "Grenadians head too hard, and now they are blaming each other." Eric commented, "Minister Steele better get a checkup, because I swear he's suffering from foot-in-mouth disease." Anastasia added, "Mr. Steele, I think you all should bring back 7 days quarantine, even if you are fully vaccinated due to the Delta variants." Linda asked, so if the promoters got permission, who do you want to blame? Police and those involved in granting permission? Get an outbreak here. Really and truly, we can't blame the government. This is everyone's responsibility to protect themselves and families. Partying, always there. Music, go always play. It's the bigger and more important picture for me. This individual commented if he wants to talk stations, talk about SMC and all the virtual events they had with other stations, hyping up people. GBN didn't get a FET ad, except for Wagiti All-Inclusive, which was fully sanctioned. And this individual commented, COVID committee gives approval for events. Events with fully vaccinated patrons can host an unlimited amount. Even the Prime Minister mentioned this in his last address. Promoters give media houses the ads. Ads are aired. Now the Health Minister is blaming media houses for advertising events? I don't understand.
Individuals are yet to familiarize themselves with the Ministry of Education's new digital system, which some say it is a somewhat tedious process. Minister with responsibility for school uniform assistance explained the process on Wednesday's To The Point program.
The School Uniform Assistance Program has taken on a new format. A cashless system has been introduced this year where persons can obtain school supplies by simply presenting a QR code sent to their phones. Minister in the Prime Minister's Ministry with responsibility for uniform assistance, Pamela Moses, says it is a small step. However, it's a step in the direction of shopping cashless.
So a family who have 2 students in secondary school and primary school, they would get about $450. So they would have that entire quantity of money on their phone in what is called a code, a quick response code, a QR code. And that photo of the code will be sent to their phones. Now, all the money being on it, they can shop $50 at the first store. They can buy 3 school shirts at the first store, and they can go to the second store to buy the shoes because they would have $400 remaining, and they can view that, they can see that.
Minister Moses says government has engaged a company out of Trinidad to assist with the process.
Our government signed an MOU with a company in Trinidad called WePay, and we must say that they have fully delivered. The CEO, Mr. Alwyn Wayne, he was recently here in Grenada in the last week of July when we launched the program, and they have upheld their end. You know, that company basically is like a MasterCard or a credit card company, and they have provided us with a secure payment platform. And that platform is now allowing Grenadians, people in Grenada, Carrico, Petit Matnik, to go shop on their cell phones. Now they also provide cards and things like that. And they have the opportunity to shop in person, or if they have a card, they can also shop online, and basically using a QR code.
The entire payment, she adds, will be received from $50 per primary school student to $150 per secondary school student. Applications were made online for the second consecutive year. Minister Moses explained the amount given to successful applicants.
Right. Well, they will receive the entire payment, whether it is $100 or $450. The minimum is $50 for primary school. The maximum is $150 for secondary school. And the maximum for family is $450. So they would get all that money. They can go to the third store where they would purchase their bags and, things like that. And so they will see how the monies are being spent.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
A repeal and replacement of the Fiscal Responsibility Act was one of the recommendations made by the Fiscal Responsibility Oversight Committee as they held a media briefing on Wednesday.
The Fiscal Responsibility Report reviews the variance between the actual and targeted performance of government, as well as government's overall implementation of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The Fiscal Responsibility Oversight Committee, FROC, was set up for the purpose of helping to ensure transparency and accountability in the effective implementation of government's fiscal policy in accordance with the fiscal rules and targets. In a media briefing held on Wednesday, Chairman Dr. E. Angus Friday spoke about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and a negative economic growth, and how the Fiscal Responsibility Act has allowed the government to buffer the traumatic shock by invoking Phase 10, also known as the Escape Clause.
I think it's important to say that the Fiscal Responsibility Act has been absolutely essential, and thanks to the Fiscal Responsibility Act, there has been some level of buffer that the government has been able to build up, which has enabled the government to react positively during the time of COVID-19.
Dr. Friday explained that the COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted a number of areas of weakness of the FRA. Therefore, one of the recommendations made by the committee in going forward is its repeal and replacement.
However, as we have seen, there are aspects of the Fiscal Responsibility Act that need to be adjusted. This adjustment needs to take place in a number of different areas. So we want to uphold the idea of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. We want to call for its strengthening in certain ways. And we do this by calling for a repeal and replace of the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
He explained that the committee does not intend to scrap the act in its entirety.
We just want to emphasize that the Fiscal Responsibility Oversight Committee is not calling for a scrapping of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. We are calling for a review of the Act, a comprehensive review, followed by a repealing of the Act for the sole purpose of replacing it with improvements that would anticipate some of the future challenges that may lie ahead.
Other recommendations included a phased and targeted approach to attaining full compliance with the FRA, a green, resilient and inclusive recovery with continued fiscal prudence, and a need to diversify, decentralize and digitize to grow the economy while focusing on health, wellness and medical services, the agricultural sector, digital transformation and manufacturing. Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
While the managing body of the National Insurance Scheme is still intent on naming all non-compliant businesses publicly, they are also happy to announce that since their plans were made public, the list of non-compliant employers has dropped. Rena Payer-Thomas tells us more.
Officials from the National Insurance Scheme say that plans are already in place to name all businesses who fail to comply in paying employees NIS contributions. A list will be published in Grenada's local newspapers at the end of August. NIS Compliance Manager Ms. Franca Bell says that while this is so, the announcement of their plans in June has acted as a deterrent for many employers.
Since the post, and we've been sending letters to the employers, there was an increase in the amount of employers who came in to try to become compliant, okay? So the list as it stands now is not as big as we anticipated, okay? We have not published as yet, but we're hoping to do so by the end of the month, since we have a number of meetings scheduled with employers, okay? So we want to give everybody a chance so that they can become compliant. Okay, so we're hoping by the end of the month, the list will be out.
While the institution saw a drop in the non-compliance list, the compliance manager indicated that if any employer fails to comply over a given period, their name will be published, as the scheme will be doing this quarterly.
The list will be published ever so often. So sometime you might not make this list. That doesn't mean you wouldn't make a list down the road, because really and truly, we're hoping that the persons who came in and make arrangement to settle, that they will remain compliant, right? But if you do not remain compliant, you will be in the next list.
Bell reminded the business owners that failing to pay employees NIS contributions will not only affect their pension benefits, but will also affect those who are in need of the second unemployment benefit to be rolled out later in the year.
Employers, you have an obligation. You take the employee's money in trust, right? You need to pay it over to the fund. Right. Also, when you do not pay the contribution to the fund, you are putting people's pension in jeopardy. You understand? Because you could somebody turns 60, they're thinking that all their contributions are here, and when they walk in here, they don't have enough contribution to qualify for a pension. It's unfair to that person, because when you're paying a benefit, you're looking to make sure that the person is working and has contribution for the last how many weeks. So if we don't have it, you cannot get paid.
Franca Bell is also calling on employees to call the National Insurance Scheme to inquire about their NIS contributions. For GBN News, I am Marina Pett Thomas reporting.
From the thought process to the visual impact, let's take a peek through the GBN ISA lens.
GBN's ISA reporter, Mr. Redhead, says it's another unique fruit from his farm. What mind helping with the unexpected extra piece? After all, it is a mango. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
State-of-the-art Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own.
Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
With a Digicel Prime Bundle, get double the dedicated SportsMax data to enjoy the greatest sports event happening now. Live in the SportsMax app. Get a 30-day Digicel Prime Bundle today in the My Digicel app. Digicel, better together.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is now 18 and a half minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Those of you who are just getting out of bed and just joining us, happy to have you. Come on in, sit down, relax. And those of you who stuck with us, thank you for your patience. It is Thursday, which means it's time for Talk to Tingz Thursday. That's right. Going to give you a topic and you're going to respectfully share your thoughts on it. And this morning, we're back to talking about vaccine. Hold on. So yesterday, Grenada received its first batch of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, and the administering of that vaccine is expected to start, if not by tomorrow, God willing, by next week, God willing. So by next week, the Pfizer vaccine should be available to be administered to members of the public. So this morning's Talk to Tingz Thursday. Know that there are two options available to get vaccinated, or more encouraged to take the jab. Know that Grenada has received another, whether you want to call it brand, type, or kind of vaccine, or more encouraged to take the jab. That has been a discussion by many of you that you want different types. So now you have a different type. Now are you going to take the jab? Hit me up on the landline 435-2041. The WhatsApp number, it's also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. And you can talk the things on Facebook and YouTube. The question this morning, know that Grenada has received a second brand of COVID-19 vaccine, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Are you more encouraged to take the jab? Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm good. How you do?
Tell me, what's the number for FM radio station over in Sottel?
I will know, Right now you're on Classic FM.
Okay, then you have a pleasant morning, my dear.
You too.
Thank you.
Let me try this again. Okay, let me go. landline number. And the phone was ringing a while ago. Landline number 435-2041. WhatsApp number is also 435-2041. The question this morning, know that Grenada has received another brand, kind or type of vaccine, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Are you now more willing to take the jab? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my blossom.
Morning, Tanti. How you do?
Stay hanging in there.
All right, stay hanging.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Not too bad myself. Can't complain.
Good to hear you.
Nice.
When you are there and there, I know we all alive and well in God's world.
Yes, we are.
Because we have to live for Him.
Right.
So this vaccine thing now, we're going to next it again?
Yes, they got the Pfizer-BioNTech now. So now both AstraZeneca and the Pfizer jabs are available. Are you more willing to take the vaccine now?
But I wouldn't be willing to take it at all because my life belongs to God, and then when the time comes, I know I have to leave this world. So we all have to die one day. But this vaccine thing, it is for saving lives. Everybody would around to take it, but nobody know what it's doing for the people because some people die from it, some people live from it, and some people glad to have it because they want long life. Now, if we don't take that vaccine, what's going to happen? Everybody going to die? We're going to die one day. This vaccine thing is not something that is saving the life because if it was a saving thing for this COVID virus, it would have saved the people who have the virus already, give them the vaccine, and then they will come back and well in the world.
So you're still not encouraged to take the jab?
No, it's not encouraging to take at all because this is something you don't know what it is. If it's taking life or is it giving life?
All right.
The only person who gives life is God, and then the only cure for us for the vaccine, for the virus in the world today, okay?
Okay, thank you, Tanti.
That's all we're going to die still, okay?
All right, Tanti.
Have a blessed
You
day.
too. Know that Grenada has received another brand, kind, type of vaccine, however you want to put it. Are you now more encouraged to take the jab? Somebody on WhatsApp says, I have been waiting on the Pfizer brand to get to Grenada for some time. Now I will be at the stadium to get my vaccine. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
God gave us so much fruits in Grenada here. Them fruit trees getting black. Fathers try to see if they could make the fruit trees and then last a little longer so we could get food to eat. They're talking about vaccine. This thing is what man make. We fruits in Grenada here now what man make. That's what God gave us.
So you're still not taking the vaccine?
No, I ain't taking it because this thing is what man make.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. All right, let me see if we can stick to the topic this morning. Are you encouraged to take the vaccine? Know that we have another kind. Yes or no? Simple. Let's stick to the, let me try and stick to the topic as much as possible. Let me see. Somebody on WhatsApp says, ha. Not me, the person. The person says, ha. If I know my people, it just begins a new phase. Which one has more adverse effects? Oh, I know. Good morning, caller.
A pleasant good morning to you.
Pleasant good morning.
No, I have a concern. You had the AstraZeneca. The persons are having blood clots, and other things. Now they have a new vaccine. Has the authorities, the Minister of Health, gone down to tell people, okay, this vaccine consists of this and that and the other. The AstraZeneca, you heard all kind of things. Has this been done? Because personally, I am not satisfied. I'm playing any blame game with the Minister of Health. People ought to be given that assurance, this is this, that is that, so and so and so and so the case may be. But I haven't been listening regularly. I don't know whether an explanation has been given. And if at all it was given, okay, my apologies. But the thing about it is, I think people need to be called in and spoken to, the normal way that a person is supposed to be doing things with regard to the vaccine, etc. If that isn't done, you're going to have people.
So you're not encouraged to take the Pfizer?
But that's just it. And I mean, what kind of people we are representing us? If we got another vaccine, and I'm not understanding.
And I'm not understanding. The question is, are you encouraged to take the vaccine now that we have another one? Let's try to stick to the topic. prior to this, we've been clamoring, we want more options, give us more options. Why only AstraZeneca are we getting? Now we've gotten another one. So the question is, are you now more encouraged to get vaccinated? That's it. That's the question. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm taking it easy.
All right, take it easy. Go ahead, talk the things.
Yeah. Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, go ahead.
Yes, I think I am 75 years of age, and it didn't cross my thought of not taking it and not taking it. But I did go out and take it because I was advised to take it. And a lady from the States, which is 81 years, called me, and she told me her daughter and her granddaughter had took it. And she asked me my opinion, and I said, go ahead. It is safe to take it because it would protect you. Even though you catch the virus, it wouldn't kill you. But it's not like we don't have to die. We will. But if we could avoid giving somebody else, if we have it, it will be much better to save lives. Not so?
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yeah, God bless you.
Bless you as well, caller. Thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome, my darling.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. All right, let me go to the social media. Somebody on Facebook says, I got the 2 shots of it and I am good. Another Facebooker, the chairman and CEO of Pfizer, said that the vaccine was developed without cutting any corners, but he himself has not taken the vaccine because he is a healthy 59-year-old man who does not work in the front line and who is healthy. Well, I am a healthy 50-something-year-old person who does not work in the front line and who is quite healthy, so I will not take the vaccine. Facebooker, if you are referring to a video that has resurfaced recently on social media of the Pfizer CEO saying he has not been inoculated. That interview was done very early in the game. As in, I think that was just about a week after the vaccines were given approval for emergency use. So that video is a very old one. And it is interesting that it has started to resurface as Grenada and the rest of the Caribbean was about to receive their doses of the Pfizer vaccine. He has since been inoculated and he is considered fully vaccinated because he received both shots of the Pfizer vaccine. So Facebook, I just double check. That video again is a very old video. I think very early this year, January, if my memory serves me correctly. He has since taken the vaccine. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
I noticed that you laughed a few minutes ago, and that tells me something. I wouldn't tell you what it tells me.
That I did what?
Anyhow, that you did laugh, or you smiled then.
Okay.
It carries some information to me by you laughing. Anyhow,
okay.
I am supporting the male gentleman that asked about the contents of the new vaccine. I'm thinking so too. I feel that they have a right. I always use the word educate the people or us about whatever that is new to us. And then this would encourage us possible to take the vaccine. I wouldn't tell anybody to take it or not to take it. But as I had already said, was to bring different vaccine, and I'm glad that they bring different ones. In fact, we are not made up the same identical way. As they say, some people have underlining cause. I don't even know what that means. I would think that this may help to alleviate some underlining cause, and then people may take it.
Okay,
but we have to educate the people.
So the question is, are you encouraged to take the vaccine now that we have another one?
I'm a little bit baffled. I am. I might take it. I wanted to take it from the beginning.
But you're still not sure?
Yes, but I think vaccines are good.
Okay.
It depends on the contents of the vaccine.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. Remember the question, now that Grenada has received another brand, kind, or type of vaccine, are you now more encouraged to take the vaccine? That's the question. Answer the question. Let's stick to the topic. Somebody on Facebook says, I am fully vaccinated, but I wonder if the excuse will be, as per usual, they don't know what's in it. So everything is man-made except plants, but man grow plants. Take it or leave it. Okay. I just catch what you're saying. WhatsApp. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom. How are you?
I'm good. How you do?
I'm good, thank you. What I want to say today, I'm not going to take the vaccine, but what I'm saying today, we in Grenada, most of us are fully immunized because we had COVID when nobody knew COVID. That is why we do not have the spread we have in like the other parts of the world. Most of us are immunized because when we had COVID, nobody knew. I would want the government to make an investigation into what was taking place with us between October, November, December in 2019. They need to investigate and they need to put the record straight. Okay. How many people died from it?
All right.
Right?
Thank you.
Canadians, you don't need to take the vaccine because the vaccine is a trial vaccine and it is not safe.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. It is not in trial. The trials are over. The trials are over. The vaccines are no longer in trial. The trials are over. Remember, trials were done testing the people to see the reactions and how it works and so on and so forth. It was approved for emergency use. Okay? WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, how would I know for a fact that it's Pfizer vaccine I'm taking and not AstraZeneca? Are they clearly and distinctly labeled? They should be clearly and distinctly labeled, especially by the manufacturers themselves, because remember, I want everybody to know it's my vaccine that you're taking. I want you to know that you're taking Blossom's jab and not somebody else's jab. So I will properly and clearly label my vaccine. And the authorities, how you would know the difference, to be honest with you, I am not quite sure. I guess you can inquire. But the whole point of it is that of having different ones is that people would have a choice which one they want to take, and you clearly share your thoughts with whoever is giving you the jab, and that's what they're supposed to give you. To be honest with you, I don't know how to answer that, how you're sure is Pfizer and not AstraZeneca you're getting. I really don't know how to tell you. We just have to trust that the nurses and whoever are giving the jab, they are being honest with the inoculations. I really don't know what else to tell you. All right, let me see. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, is it really another vaccine? Where's the fact showing that it's another vaccine and not the same? I guess that person is thinking, like you, WhatsApper, how do we know it is not the same AstraZeneca vaccine? They are labeled with the Pfizer-BioNTech logo, name, instructions. Is quite possible different color. Maybe the vial for AstraZeneca is red and Pfizer is blue. I don't know the difference, but there would be a difference on the vial. All right, let me go. Lord, WhatsApp. No, let me go back by the landline. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Ms. Blossom.
Morning, Mr. Bido. How you do?
Well, just stay easy and listening and learning, but let us go with the vaccine this morning right now.
All right.
This vaccine business, a lot of people have it positive and negative. When I say positive you sure. Negative, you ain't sure. Right? But with me, I get paid to go and take me to vaccine. Right? I get me money, I get everything, but the only thing I miss, the gamble, right? With the lottery, with the $10,000, if I get that mere thing. So then, after the BBC News, just play Kenny Rogers song for me, please. And one more question I want to ask you. Phoebe take me yesterday. Who win with the old school and the new school?
I did, of course.
Oh, you win?
Yes, I did.
All right, well, I hope Clip can take me to the again. So don't forget, after the BBC played Kenny Rogers' song, The Gambler.
I'll try to remember.
That's right. Well, you could write it down. So back to you on the air.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bido. One of my favorite callers. Good morning, Karakou PT Martinique. All right, let me see. Somebody on WhatsApp says, why is the minister still wanting us to take the vaccine and he knows the vaccine is not preventing us from getting the virus? Because he does not want you to get extremely ill that you need to be hospitalized and put further strain on the local health system, health sector. That's why he wants to be able to, that you would be asymptomatic, or you can just take a medication for if it's headache or what you may have from if you get COVID-19, and he wants to ensure that you don't have to be hospitalized. That's why. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, caller.
All right. How you do?
I'm good.
I just want to ask you one question, if you can answer me. Look around your studio, right? You have monitors and you have all the technical gadgets, none of which is made in Grenada, right? No, we had to bring it in, didn't we? The headphone, we had to bring it in. The microphone, we had to bring it in. We had to import it. Yeah?
Okay.
You understand where I'm going, right? We don't make TV monitors in Grenada. We don't make microphones in Grenada. We don't make glasses in Grenada.
Okay.
Likewise, we don't make COVID in Grenada. You understand the question? Months they're asking for a variance in vaccines. We finally get one and we still questioning it. I mean, Grenadians, what do you want? You want God to come and tell you to take the vaccine? You want Jesus to come and say, hold it in your hand? There are people going on radio talking this and talking that and all kind of nonsense. I mean, come on. We have enough technology in our hands. The phone in your hand, the iPhone, the Samsung, the whatever, the ZTE, is assembled in China. It's made in China or wherever. But we have to bring it in. Plane come here. We don't make cars here. We have cars here. So I try to say, okay, we don't have Mazda here. We have all kind of cars here. We have Bentley here. We have Tesla here. Come on, Grenadians. There are people on radio. I mean, not you. I mean, you try your best, but there are other people that goes around with conspiracy theories and oh my God. I mean, stop it, Grenada. Just stop it now. You finally get another vaccine. You want to know what the tag is? You want to know where you come from? Why they send it now? That is what you're asking for. A variety of things. No, you get it. No, you're complaining. I am saying. I would always say it. I wish Grenadians get this COVID and die.
Oh gosh, no, don't say that part.
Yes, I'm saying it because there are people like it's a joke. When people like me is doing my utmost best, with my mask, I'm sanitizing my hand every time. I go to the bus and people look at me like if I'm an alien. How stupid can we be? This thing is real, isn't it? When I heard Mr. Randa Robinson on your program a couple of Tuesdays back talking, and he was bashed by a certain activist who is foolish enough to actually say he's a church leader and go and thing, and he have people following him, and he is actually getting the youth involved in stupidity for his own personal attention, in my view. Come on, Grenada. Get vaccinated and do your stuff. Blossom, have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. You enjoy your day today. Caller was with you until you called death on my people. I was with you, caller. But I do agree. We've been saying, why only AstraZeneca? We want more. Now that we get more, we're trying to find other ways why we shouldn't take the more. It's starting to look like the variety wasn't what we wanted. That's what it's starting to look like. The question for Talk to Tingz this morning. Now that Grenada has gotten another brand of COVID-19 vaccine, are you now more encouraged to take the jab? All right, let me read some WhatsApp comments. Somebody on WhatsApp says, that's what I mean. They would be asking more questions. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, which of the vaccines are good? I find they change so quick. I don't want yet. They don't change. It's not a change. It's in addition to the AstraZeneca that we have. Somebody else on WhatsApp, enough information was given about these vaccines. No one seems to know about this. If the virus is changing ever so often, how can the vaccine help? Because remember, it is a base. The COVID-19 is like a base. The analogy I gave a few weeks ago is like cake mix. You have a box cake mix, and you have to add ingredients for it to come out as the good cake. What is it again? Oil, water and eggs. Right, so you have the cake mix, and you just have to add things to it to make the thing. Same thing with the vaccine. You have a base, because the COVID-19's base, or it's a family of the virus that has been in existence, is a family of the cold as well. So you know where it's coming from. You just have to adjust the formula to suit it. So it's same thing. You're adjusting the formula to get the vaccines to deal with the different variants. So far, the AstraZeneca and I believe the Pfizer have been the two vaccines. I'm not sure about the Pfizer part, but the AstraZeneca have been the two vaccines that are effective in relation to the Delta variant, which is the variant of the COVID-19 that authorities are concerned about worldwide. AstraZeneca has been effective against it, and I'm trying to remember the next one. I think it's the Pfizer. So that's how they are able to test and tell you, yes, this one helps, and this one has more efficacy, and this one is more effective. All this information has been around on the internet for months, because Pfizer is not a new vaccine that came up yesterday. Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna, they all came up around the same time earlier this year. Late last year, earlier this year. So this information is available anywhere that you want information. All right, let me go again. Still on WhatsApp. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I will or will not take it. Depends on the explanation or experiences some people have had. So you're still waiting and seeing what happens. All right, fair enough. Another WhatsApper, hold on, phone line? No. Another WhatsApper says, I hope you will not be accused of discouraging people from taking the jab. I have not discouraged people from taking the jab. So I don't know anybody wants to accuse me of that, then they're wrong. They accuse me of all kind of wrong thing already anyway, so I may not be surprised. Another let me go on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, guys, what other explanation you all want? Regardless of explanation, there is doubt in people's mind. Is either you take it or you don't. Enough. Good morning, caller.
Blossom, good morning.
Morning.
Never.
You ain't taking it no matter what brand?
Never.
Okay. All right, that's somebody that made up their minds. Still on Facebook, somebody says, I am happy that other people have had another choice to choose from, and I hope the powers that be will do better job to encourage citizens to take the jab. All these attitudes and arrogance brings more defiance among people, so I think they will still be defiant, and people will be saying they're waiting on the Cuban vaccine because they don't trust the American vaccine, but the one from Cuba. Remember the president saying that there will be a third shot known as a booster shot, which brings lots of open questions on taking that protein shot. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my
morning, Miss Jacob Wago.
I dear baby so long, my mommy there.
Mommy there, man.
She there?
Yeah, she there. She good.
Nice.
All right, so you're going to take the vaccine, Miss Jacob? You take it already?
Girl, I take my vaccine already. I want to take it in June, May, June. I'll take mine at the beginning, the ending of March. On May, the 5th of May, I take my second dose.
Oh, well, you're vaccinated. Lovely.
So I have 74 years of age. I took my vaccine before my birthday.
Okay, nice.
So I'm real fully vaccinated.
Nice.
Let me ask you something, son. The food we eating, the food that coming from abroad and we eating it, we question who made it? Did we question who made it? Well, you see, our Lord give the doctors and things. I took injection when I had 14 years. Injection do me nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. So I took my injection already.
All right, nice.
And what about mommy?
Mommy is good.
Good, right.
Okay.
When you go home, give mommy a nice hug and a kiss from me.
I will do. Have a good one.
Sweetheart, have a wonderful and a blessed weekend.
You too.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
On that note, let's take a break, pay some bills, and come back inside with some more Talk the Tingz Thursday. COVID-19 vaccine. We'll be right back.
It's time to prepare for an A+ this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Shop today for laptops, tablets, printers, and more for a chance to win $1,000 cash. Get it now with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing for 60 days. Save big with great deals only from Quartz, bringing value home.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low? For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in. How do you know if it is working? We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Renelec, energizing our Grenada.
Let's get tough on breeder larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop breeder larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report breeder larceny, call 300.
So much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our life.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. Talk the Tingz Thursday. This morning, the question, and I wish more of us would stick to the question. Know that Grenada has received another brand, another type, or another kind of vaccine. Are you now more encouraged to take the jab? Yesterday, Grenada received its first shipment of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. So now, are you more willing to take the jab? The landline number, 435-2041. The WhatsApp number, it's also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. So far, so good this morning. And you can talk the Tingz on Facebook and YouTube. Let me go on YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube for the morning before I go back to the landline. Somebody on YouTube says, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine was highly effective in clinical trials at preventing COVID-19 among people of diverse age, sex, race, and ethnicity categories. The vaccine is also highly effective at preventing COVID-19 infections in adolescents 12 to 15. People keep hydrated. Lots of water to keep hydrated. Coconut water. Keep drinking water. Let me go back on Facebook. Stop It Blossom CDA stated the vaccine is not effective toward the new variants. Facebooker, that means you are not fully informed. They are effective against the variants, and They are more effective against the Alpha variant compared to the Delta, but they do have an effect on controlling the Delta variant. So Google it. Maybe that is early information you're talking about, but information received between yesterday and this morning, because I heard it on BBC News this morning, they do have an effect on the Delta variant. So Google it, Facebook. I look like you're up to date with the info. Let me see, landline. No, so let me go to WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I am not encouraged to take any vaccine due to the arrogant behavior of Minister Steele and Dr. Sean Charles. If it wasn't for their attitude, I may have taken it. Grenadians will die anyway. That's why Baileys have cheap boxes, but I will not let anyone intimidate me. Actually, no, let me not make that comment. I'm not Minister's favorite person at the moment. Somebody else on WhatsApp, landline? All right. Somebody else on WhatsApp, I will be encouraged to take the vaccine if we as citizens are given more information on the vaccine introduced. So I'll appreciate if the Minister of Health gives us more information and details on the vaccine. And with my research as well, I'll be encouraged to take it. I encourage the last piece of your statement. Do your own research. The ministers have been speaking for weeks and people are still not taking it. Maybe our own research. We know the questions that we have that we want to ask in relation to whichever vaccine, so we know what to Google, for lack of a better word. So do your own research. I would encourage that part as well. Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you, Miss Blossom.
Morning, how are you?
I'm all right for the time being.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, the question is, just give me a blink of the question again.
Oh, now that we've gotten the Pfizer vaccine, are you more encouraged to take the COVID-19 vaccine, the jab?
Well, to be honest, for me, I have taken the jab already, and it didn't matter to me which one of the vaccine we got, because as far as I'm concerned, vaccine do assist in saving life. Do assist, remember that's what I said. Because since I was a child, I have known of people taking vaccine. So we will never finish getting enough education and vaccine. We will never. And there will always be contradiction on what one say and what the other say, where vaccine is concerned. But I am satisfied that we should do something to help, to assist us, to prevent us in getting sick through the disease. That is my belief.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Let me see if I can get back on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, Blossom, would you take the vaccine? If I would take the vaccine now, let me tell you, I would have taken it already. It's the needle. That's my sticking point. It's not the vaccine, it's not the brand, it's the needle. That is Blossom problem. But I'm not sure about the Pfizer, because Pfizer, it's possible that you will need to get a third shot. I'm already having problem taking the first one. I ain't think I will go back for a third one. So AstraZeneca it is for now. AstraZeneca it is. I don't see Blossom going for a third shot at all. So AstraZeneca it is. Just I wish it was a tablet. Would I get a vaccine? Whew. I'm thinking about it and I started to cool sweat. Alright, let me see if you have a caller. Me and needle are no friends. That's Blossom's problem. Not the vaccine, the needle. YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says, I don't think people who have been waiting for the I know people who have been waiting for the Pfizer, so I do think that more people will take the vaccine. That is true for YouTuber. I know people who have been waiting for Pfizer, so let's see what the numbers will say when the inoculation start using that jab. Somebody says, you're right, AstraZeneca and Pfizer are the most effective against Delta. Yeah, the Pfizer I wasn't sure about. Okay, thank you very much, YouTuber. Let me go back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
I would just like for some of your callers to understand that the views expressed by some callers are not the view of every Grenadian. And so I would like for that gentleman in particular, which says that, he wished that the virus could kill people in Grenada. So understand, it's not the views of all Grenadians. And with that level of anger, I think he should be very mindful, because possibly he may go down with a massive stroke. He sounds so angry. So I think he needs to repent and retract that statement. and leave Grenadian alone. So it's not all of us express. That does not express the view of all Grenadians. Let him get it right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. I agree. It's not everyone that feels that way. Some people are genuinely, whether it's waiting on another one or have a fear of needles like I do. Some people are not tapping into the conspiracy theory. Maybe he's not angry. Maybe he's annoyed, much like members in authority. So maybe it's emotions. His emotions are maybe annoyance more than anger. But I hear what you're saying, caller. All right, let me go back by Facebook. Let me see. All right, I have maybe about 2 more minutes. Somebody else on Facebook says, some in the health center every Monday morning for blood pressure and diabetes medication, yet they saying they trust God. And as soon as they get a cut and have to get tetanus vaccine, they close in their eyes and take it without asking what's in it and what side effects you get. Point, Facebooker. Point. How many of us have gotten vaccine? How many of us have asked what's in a paracetamol or an aspirin tablet? But we pop it like sweetie. WhatsApp. I am not encouraged to take it. Why are they not educating us about the negative effects they have? WhatsApp. They've said what are some of the adverse effects. Another WhatsApper, I'm tired of ignorance. We can just learn. People don't look at the news. Exactly. People don't look at the news. They look at what they want to look at. Another WhatsApper, as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Vaccine, I don't trust it. Why is it only vaccine Minister of Health offering to cure the virus? No vaccine. It's not a cure. It's to help treat. I'll give all your example just now. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Yes,
How you doing?
I'm good. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm listening to Blossom, and she was saying the Pfizer vaccine should take 3 doses, but no, you only take 2 doses. You take the first dose, and 21 days after you take the second dose.
And the possibility of the booster shot. All right. So it's a booster shot. Same thing.
But it's only 2 shots you have to take.
So the booster is done via.
United States.
Right. So the booster is done via needles or an injection as well?
Also by injection, but that's 8 months afterwards the same.
So we're saying the same
I'm calling
thing.
from the United States, actually.
So we're saying the same thing, caller.
Yes, pardon me?
We're saying the same thing. There are 3 injections involved.
No, there's not 3 injections involved.
The 2 of the vaccine and 1 booster shot. So that's 3.
But also Moderna going to start doing that too for people that is highly that have certain type of underlying
issues.
Thing,
Okay.
It's just 2
plus the booster shot.
All the vaccines, because of the variant that's going around right now.
Okay.
All the vaccines will require to take maybe a 3rd shot.
All right.
But the CDC said this morning also that if you take the 3rd shot, you'll be 20 times more effective than anything else that's going on out there. Maybe again for your life.
All right. Thank you, caller.
2 shots. A first shot,
a second shot, and then the booster, which is 3. Thank you, caller.
If you need to.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Caller, we're saying the same thing. There are 3 injections involved. Whether it comes a year, 8 months, 2 days, it's still a 3rd shot. A 3rd injection. Let me put it that way. A 3rd injection with the booster shot. Okay, so we're saying the same thing. All right, it's time for us to wrap up the program. Thank you so very much for participating in Talk to Tingz Thursday. We now join the BBC for its 8 a.m. newscast. Continue to be safe. As soon as I get information as to when the Pfizer vaccines will begin administering, I will share it with you. Enjoy the rest of your thankful Thursday.